what I mean. So, and everywhere you go to Kenya, everything. How are things?
That's the thing. We don't lie unless we want to scam you.
Nairobi is in Kenya. Eh? Nairobi is Kenya. That's lie. Nairobi no be country. Jesus. Yeah?
You might have never heard of this, but there's a whole community in South America descendant from a Kenyan tribe called the Kamba. And thank you to a follower who brought this information to me. The Kamba are one of Kenya's major tribes, for those of you who don't know. They're known for their rich storytelling traditions, music, and history as long-distance traders and skilled warriors. Now, here's the wild part. In 1820, a Uruguayan general named Jose Artigas went into exile in Paraguay. He didn't go alone. He took with him 250 African soldiers and their families. Many of them were Kamba. Paraguay gave them land near the capital, and they built a village called Kamba Kua, meaning the place of the Kamba. Another group later formed a community called the Kamba Kokwe. Today, their descendants still live there, and they've kept parts of their Kenyan identity alive for over 200 years. They still dance, drum, and honor their African roots, even though they've faced racism and lost much of the land they were once given. This isn't just African history, it's world history, and it deserves to be told.
Many greetings from Germany, and we dancing are now the feature move for the friends in Kenya and Africa. Und wir drehen uns Yeah.
Kenyan girls, we're talking about Kenyan girls, eh? And generally speaking, if you love a girl too much and you're like, oh, unataka nini? I will give you this and that, roses, mimini muzungu, I'll give you everything, take all my money. The bitch won't like you. I don't care if she's Kikuyu, Luo, or what she is. She won't like a guy that will give her stuff. She wants the man that loves God, guy, more than the girl. Yeah, if you love her too much, people will be thinking she's using uchawi on you. And you're walking around like a dog. Yeah, so buy her flowers and a collar for yourself so she can wear you and walk you around like a little puppy dog, if that's what you want to do. Sindio?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Mama, bye-bye. I dey come. I follow you, you follow me, or you don't follow me, I don't follow you back. Mama.
Yeah.
Not think twice. Celebrity follow you, you follow back. How you know follow?
So you think you are a celebrity?
Can you definitely find a celebrity and I will take as you talk?
In your small head, you are a celebrity.
You know my Instagram? Go my Instagram. You see my followers?
No, we are not on Instagram. We are not on Instagram, young man. We are on TikTok. You don't bring Instagram here.
I want somebody with this South Africa will go follow me, will go show me where I will.
You are a celebrity in your head in Nigeria.
Mama,
okay?
I will go outside now, down. You will see. You will see. You will see your one side. Yeah.
Can you go? Can you go? I want to see. Go.
No. See, it's down. You stress me to be going down with no cover. No.
So do you know who you are talking to? Do you know who you are talking to?
Yes.
Now that you have shouted, I'm a celebrity. You know who you are talking to?
I'm going to be talking about the culture shocks that I experienced in Nairobi, Kenya as a Nigerian. Like, things where they say, it shocked me. Even me, if I open my mouth like this, yeah? Waiting this up. Guys, these people have Wi-Fi literally any and everywhere. Every restaurant, every hotel has Wi-Fi. So you get into a restaurant, they will connect you to their Wi-Fi for free. Oh, you came to buy food, you connect to Wi-Fi. How? As a Nigerian that I am, I was confused. Please, where? You enter Chicken Republic, you see Wi-Fi. Come out, you enter ShopRite, you see Wi-Fi. Come out, you enter.
it was so frustrating.
Because you were living in an American accent.
I was living in an American accent. And so I told my family, and I would call home and I would speak in an American accent.
So you were like method, basically.
I was method with the accent.
Okay.
And there were moments where I wanted to give up, but I had this goal. I wanted to be able to succeed in an American market as an actor. Now, I did all that work just for someone to tell me, now go and sound like yourself. What? That was another betrayal. I was like, what do you mean? I've done all this so that I can come out here and people can be like, you don't have an accent. And then now someone is telling me, oh, actually, we need you just as you were. My God. And so now I had to do it again. And when I tried to return to my accent, I couldn't find myself in my mouth. I couldn't find that original part of me.
Tell me where you're from. I'm gonna guess where you're from, okay? Tell me someone famous from your country.
Lupita Nyong'o. Barack Obama. His father is from my country. His mom is from US.
Oh, okay.
Most famous country who was born there is Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh, I don't know who she
is.
From
Wakanda.
From Wakanda, okay. Yes. Are you from Wakanda? No, that's not a real place.
And we are the fastest runner. Yeah.
Usain Bolt? No.
No.
Not Jamaican speed.
Yeah, not Jamaican speed. Another famous person that is playing in the English Premier League is called Victor Wanyama.
I should really start watching football, man.
This guy all day.
This information is bagging. Right, what's the famous dish from your country?
Ugali and fish.
Okay.
Ugali and fish. So if you know fufu, our ones is called ugali. It's just maize flour with the hot water until it becomes hard, and then you eat it with fish stew. Yeah.
So a lot of homemade stuff. Okay, can you say something in your language so I can hear what it sounds like?
Jambo! Habari yako!
I'm gonna take a wild guess. Hopefully I'm right.
Yeah.
Kenya.
Yeah!
I finally got one!
Let's have a look at this video.
I want to set up a petition for Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, all these countries down here to be renamed Southeast Africa. Because we all know when like these rappers and everyone's talking about East Africa, they're referring to this region right here. When they say beautiful East African girl, unfortunately, they're just referring to this region right here most of the time, right? Everybody forgets Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, but not me. I believe that they deserve to get the love and recognition. So we can rename these guys Southeast Africa.
Hello, ChatGPT. Can you name for me the East African countries only?
Sure thing. The East African countries are Kenya, Uganda, 3 Tanzania, 4 Rwanda, 5 Burundi, 6 South Sudan, 7 Democratic Republic of the Congo joined in 2022.
And you also name for me the countries referred to as the Horn of Africa.
Absolutely. The countries that make up the Horn of Africa are 1 Ethiopia, 2 Somalia, 3 Djibouti, 4 Eritrea.
Okay, there's a video I'm watching here and somebody saying that the East Africa is Somalia, Ethiopia and Djibouti. Why do you think the confusion comes from?
Yeah, it can definitely get a bit confusing because the definitions of regions can vary. Sometimes people use the term East Africa in a broader, more cultural or historical sense. And in that context, a Horn of Africa countries, Somalia, Ethiopia, and Djibouti are included. Other times the term East Africa is used in a more geographic or political sense, which includes the countries I mentioned before. It's just a matter of...
If you are a Kenyan, I kindly request you to stop. Watch this.
Oh, me too.
You got fired?
3 days ago.
I just got fired 5 minutes ago.
From the pizza place?
Pizza. What's your name?
John.
I'm Zach.
Zach, I can relate, man. I've been there. It could be one door closed, but there's another one is opening.
Could you get me a drink?
Just broke like you, man.
I'm sorry.
I'll get you coffee.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why are you helping me?
I've been there before. If you do good, God will take care of you.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kenya.
I really appreciate that.
No problem. You got some pizza?
Yeah.
Can I have a slice?
Are you hungry?
Not that hungry.
Why do you want a slice then?
Just to keep your company.
I didn't actually lose my job today.
Oh, really?
I got you a pizza though.
Oh, wait a minute. It's empty.
You gotta open it.
It doesn't feel as much. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me?
$1,000 cash.
Is that for me?
For you.
Oh my goodness. What are you doing?
Paying it forward like you did to me.
Oh my God. I love you, man. Gee.
Love you, bro. What are you gonna use it for?
My rent is due tomorrow. Can I give you $100?
Do you want to pay it forward to the next person with me?
There's a nice lady there, actually. They just surprised me with $1,000. So I want to pay. Yeah, I want to pay forward.
Let's settle this. Which African country is the most successful? I ranked them from 10 to 1, and no, it's not just about money. I looked at 5 things: human development, economy, governance, innovation, and global influence. If a country scored well in most of these, they made the list. So at number 10, Rwanda. From genocide to a global role model, clean, tech-driven, and shockingly low corruption. 9, Ghana, stable democracy, booming tech, and a cultural heavyweight. 8, Tunisia, resilient, educated, and quietly advancing despite the noise. 7, Morocco, solar energy leader, high-speed rail, 1 foot in Africa, 1 in Europe. 6, Senegal, Dakar's digital scene is exploding, peaceful, creative, and globally minded. 5, Botswana, diamonds done right, strong leadership and low corruption. 4, South Africa, the powerhouse, industrial, cultural, influential, but inequality holds it back. 3, Egypt, tourism, trade, and mega projects. Ancient influence meets modern ambition. Number 2, Kenya, the Silicon Savannah, innovation, diplomacy, and East Africa's rising leaders. Number 1, Mauritius, tiny but top in HDI, governance, and economic freedom. Africa's quiet overachiever. So success looks different across the continent, but tell me, did your country make the list? And who's rising fastest right now? This is the Africa you're not shown, but I'm here to...
I have to give an opinion about the Black Americans and South Africans war. This is a big brother. This is 2 brothers fighting and telling each other a bit of truths. It's funny. I know I've been laughing all through. The comments are hilarious. The conversation between the Black Americans and the South Africans. Hell, that's a crazy conversation. But let's look at it like this. These are 2 brothers, telling each other some truth. Black Americans, I think it's time for you to reflect. There's a lot of truths that we've been told about America. I think America is not what you make it to be. And of course, South Africans and us Africans, I think it's also our time to reflect. But surely, I think you need to take this whole fight to change a few things about yourself. But after all is said and done, I think all Africans are one. We should come together. Let's just fight. Let's end it. But let's come together and, build together as one. Africa, there's nothing black. There's nothing... Sijui South Africa, Jamaica, Africa. An African is an African regardless of your location.
There are 3 communities in this country that make what Kenyans be. Hata Sheng ni kabila ni languages mbili tu. Ni Waluya, Wakikuyu na Wajaluo. Sheng is made of those 3 languages. There is a reason why Guy is actually said everywhere. Hata mtoto akutukana akishtuka anasema Guy.
Ushago.
Na kushago. There is a reason why anasema hivyo kwingine. There is a way hata wewe saizi ni Mkikuyu and you still say nga. Ninakujanga, ninaenda. Mimi sipendagi hiyo ujinga. Hiyo ni ngeli ya Kiluya. Then there are the people who have messed up the Kiswahili to bring up Sheng. Sheng is made of those 3. It's Kiswahili summarized to the nearest Kikuyu, Luya, and Luo. Kenya is morphologically, anthropologically the capital of the world because all the major communities in Africa gathered here. We have Bantus here. This is a melting pot. We have got Bantus here. We have got Kushites here. We have got even the Arabs who came by ship. They are here and they call it home. So when we talk about Kenya being the headquarters of Africa, the majority of all groups, if you go to places like Zambia, and you used to go there a lot of times, and Tanzania where you went to school, you will realize that they are heavily Bantu.
Guys, I want to know what the hardest country in Africa is to argue with.
The answer is simple. The answer is very simple. Since you spoke about arguments and not insults, it's Kenyans. I know what you're thinking. It's Kenyans. See, us in West Africa, we are loud. And we will overshadow you with insults. Once you come at us, we'll overshadow you with insults. We make a lot of noise. We will overshadow you with insults. We will rain insults on you till you are down. But Kenyans, they will first hit you with the facts to make sure that you are demoralized and you lose the argument, and then they will bring the insults, and then they will bring the memes. And boy, you can't stand it. But if you're talking about those who are loud and those who can insult you, that is fine. But for argue, don't try Kenyans. They own the internet on that. If they have to track you just to do that, they will do that. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about.
This is Kenya, not Europe. Kenya people, is everything okay over there? Give me one reason why you wouldn't want to visit Kenya. When the country has been named as the most friendliest country in the world, Mombasa and Nairobi, it's time to arrange your stuff. We are going to eat ugali in Kenya. Keep looking up here. This is not Asia. This is not Europe. This is not America. This is not Russia. Bro, this is Africa. Kenya, to be precise. Tell me one reason why you not want to visit Kenya. When the people are friendly. The food is nice. Nice dish. Beautiful babes. Babes, they're too soft. And the party life in Nairobi and Mombasa. No sleep. I'm not saying this because I want to, I'm doing some kind of advertisement here, or I'm telling you fact. When I bring things and fact check, you want to fact check me, go online and check Mombasa, Nairobi, nightlife. It's on fire. The country is beautiful. So it's time for you as an African to be visiting African countries. We've been going to Europe, America to give them money, because the time you're paying flight, book visa and all those things, go there, spend money, you're giving them money. This time we make in Africa to use our money. The money where we work, we will spend on back of Africa, we're going to vacation to African countries. To enjoy our own babes, our own food. Anyways, big up to Kenya, by the way. Shout out to all my Kenyan family. I hope to see you guys December. We're working on something to be in Mombasa by December. If everything goes good, I'm seeing Kenya this year. It's your boy, DJ Fab, aka Father of the Mix. Remember, bringing news and update from Africa, but I'm not a journalist. Just a DJ that love his people. And remember, say this life, not for ever be joke. Big up Kenya! Mwah! Africa to the world.
Kenya was never an African country that was high on my list to visit. Y'all, come close. I did not expect this.
Hoarding. Oh, no. The village, the traditions, customs, all of that. So this is exciting.
Dancing with us, no problem.
No problem.
Habari.
No problem. Hi.
Habari.
Habari.
Nzuri sana.
Habari.
Habari. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Welcome.
Welcome back, my beautiful, intelligent, resilient gems. It's your girl Niani E, aka Mighty Intellectual. If you are new here, I visited Ghana for the first time in 2021. I took an extended stay in 2022 to 2023, and I've been back ever since. If you're interested in content about the diaspora, where we've been, where we are, and where we're going, this once and for all, y'all. You guys know how much I love Ghana. We keep hearing Ghana, 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 especially since 2019, the year of return. Ghana jollof rice versus Niger jollof rice. Ghanaian culture, Ghanaian food. But y'all, I have a gem that I want to drop into your spirit. A country that I got to visit that was never on my list of African countries to visit until recently. We're going to get into the beauty of Kenya and some of my first impressions. Kenya is not what you think. I originally planned to visit Dakar, Senegal, but the tickets were way expensive by the time I wanted to go. So I was searching for a country that would be cheaper, and I'm so happy that I chose Kenya. The tickets were cheaper, and I literally had an experience that I will never forget. So the first thing is the culture and the vibes, okay? When you think of Kenya, I know that you have this certain idea of what it's supposed to be like. Maybe you picture safari with the tree that's like leaning to the side and the sunset. Comment below if you know what I'm talking about. Like when I think of Africa prior, I think of that image. But let me tell you something about Kenya, baby. The culture in Kenya was very different. I drove about 5 hours away from Nairobi to the Masai Mara area. We went on the safari, but we also got to tour the Masai village, y'all. Oh my God. It's a 10 out of 10 experience. We booked a tour guide and we drove about 5 to 6 hours away. The drive was insane. It was a shared tour. Actually all of the tourists that were with my friend and I were all non-Black. Okay, so that is something to point, and that is a very strong difference between visiting Kenya and visiting Ghana. So I'll get to that in a later point. The Kenyan people are really calm. They're very soft spoken. When we got to Masai Mara, I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of men jumping in their traditional attire. When I think of Kenya, that is definitely one of the images that come to mind. I got to learn why they do that. It was so freaking cool, okay? One of the things we got to do was participate in the traditional ceremony of jumping that the men do before marriage. And so what we found out is that, and you guys comment below, Kenyans, if you're on this video, or if you're just very knowledgeable, to give us a little bit more information about this tradition. The young boys, when they turn about 15 to 16, they go off. This is kind of like a rites of passage. They go off to the bush, however many years or whatever the case, shave their heads, dyed with red henna. In order to come back to their village, they have to just show that they've learned the Maasai tradition, the Maasai culture through different traditions. And so when they come back, they're ready to marry. This is so funny to me because I literally would have never thought this is why they jump. The males are about to get married. They have to pay a dowry. That could be 15 cows. That could be whatever the dowry is, right? Jump the highest, you pay the least. Listen, I don't know about you, but if I was a Maasai man, I would be jumping as high as I can, okay? That was just like a fun thing that we got to learn. And I don't know if it's intentional or if it is genuinely just a deeply rooted portion of their culture in that region, but they still have the traditional homes. They are still, herding the cows, and they're still growing their own food, and they're still using the natural resources from the land. And that was one of the questions that someone I spoke to had when I got back to the States, is like, oh, don't they have enough money? Don't they have enough resources at this point to modernize their homes? My response, and this is genuinely what I think that they just appreciate their culture, and just because it's not what we consider normal or what we consider modern doesn't mean it's not valid, or you guys get what I mean. So comment below if you're from Kenya, if you know anything about that region, the Maasai, where the Maasai tribe is. Do they live in the traditional homes to preserve their culture, or is it something else? I'm genuinely curious. So comment below if you have any details on that so I can report back to the folks here. Okay? Kenya gives you the vibe of a very metropolitan city, like a step under New York. It's not quite New York, but it gives you that fast-paced vibe, and it gives you the tall skyscrapers, the buildings, the things they have. Like, it's very modern. So for my folks who are looking for a place that has similar things to the US as far as infrastructure, Kenya could be one of your first visits to the continent. The whole of Kenya is not super modernized or metropolitan. So now we're going to talk about the cost and travel experience. Kenya is more cost effective to visit than Ghana. When you go to Kenya, it is all the way on the east side of Africa. So you're likely going to have a stop somewhere in Europe some kind of layover in Europe before you get to Kenya. And those flights in total could be like 20 hours. It could be 24. It could be 30, depending on who you fly with. The flight to Kenya costed us about $990 something or $980 something per person, which is quite cheap compared to, let's say you're going to Ghana. Those tickets can be starting at $1,500 up to like $3,000 depending on the time that you go. And this is the economy, folks. I'm in the back of the back. Okay, our accommodation ran us about $200 per person, and we stayed for a little over a week. When it comes to touring, and we'll get into tourism in just a second, but when it comes to touring, local experiences in Nairobi, they were very reasonably priced, but when you're trying to go outside of Nairobi and you're trying to do those safaris, those can become really, really expensive. Those experiences can run you from $500 for a 3-day safari per person to, $700, $600 per person, depending on what company or what tourism business that you book with. So just keep that in mind. Food and lifestyle. Now, I am vegetarian, which it should be favorable for me in East Africa, right? My friend, she's vegan. That's a little bit tougher for her in Africa in general because there's meat in almost everything. When you ask folks to give you something vegan, they kind of look at you crazy. However, Kenya has a lot of Indian influence dishes, and I don't know if Kenya is influenced by India or if India has been influenced by Kenya. You guys let me know in the comments as far as the food. Kenya scared me. Y'all scared me a bit when I first got there because the restaurants we went to, the food was very mid. The food was very mid. It was given like a 5 out of 10. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, I don't want to leave a bad review on the Kenyan food. Like, please. And so I think that because of my friend's diet, she's vegan. It was the choice of restaurants that we came across. We did figure out later in our trip that there was a restaurant at the rooftop of our Airbnb hotel. And when I tell you guys, that restaurant, that tikka masala, baby, I had it 2 times in a row because it was so good. Can't really speak too much on the food. So you guys let me know, like, what are your favorite dishes in, let's say Nairobi specifically, to try tourism and experiences. I was very intentional about making sure that I paid attention to how their tourism sector worked. We booked several tours. We booked about 3 of them during our trip. But the most important one for me was the Masai Mara tour. I wanted to compare and contrast Kenya tourism and Ghana tourism because I do have a business. When you go to Kenya, the tourism, it is focused on the culture. So you do get to go to places like Nairobi County and you get to go to the Masai village, and they do have that unique culture in that area. But more so what I noticed is that their tourism is more known for the safaris, the nature, that type of thing. There were other folks who went on the Masai Mara tour with us, and not everybody was just doing the Masai Mara safari. Some folks were going further to do even longer safaris. Some folks were going to do hikes, and then a lot of the folks, actually all of them that were on the tour with us, were non-Black and non-African. So I think that one of the reasons that we saw so many, white people and people that were non-Black and non-African was because of that target of, nature and the safaris and the giraffes and things like that. For those safari type tours, it's not going to be private. You're going to be with other folks. If you want it to be private, you typically have to pay an additional fee for your tour to be private, which is a lot. When you're in Ghana, usually when you go on a tour, it's probably going to be private. Even the vehicle being shared. I enjoyed my tour, and I loved how smoothly everything worked. The tour guides were very friendly, but that was a huge noticing, like, the demographic of people who were coming to visit Kenya. So if you're from the country, or if you're an avid traveler, just let us know in the comments, like, why is it that when you go to Kenya specifically, a lot of folks who are visiting, our tourists, are non-Black and non-African. That was so interesting to me. It's one thing to, see a giraffe at the zoo. It's another thing to see it up close, personal, and get to feed it. It's also another thing to see it in its natural habitat at the Masai Mara safari. That was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life. So you don't go to Kenya for anything else, definitely go for that that real-time experience with the safaris and the nature. It's a beautiful country. Unfortunately, I didn't get to see everything. Like, I didn't get to go to the beaches. I didn't get to go to Mombasa. I definitely have to go back to Kenya, and I have to stay for at least 2 weeks so that I can get a chance to visit Mombasa and some of the beachy areas in Kenya. Now that we got that out of the way, I just wanted to go through point by point to let you guys know what I experienced for each of those things. I knew that West Africa had my heart, specifically Ghana, so it was never really a priority to go to East Africa, but I'm so glad I did. I felt welcome. The Kenyans were very open and very soft-spoken. My friend, she literally had a time. The only thing I have to say is I wish I would have been able to stay longer. I don't think I got to experience all that I could have experienced. And it's one thing to like visit a country for a quick like 5-day, 1-week trip versus like staying for a month and really get to explore those pockets that tourists most of the time don't get to explore, to have conversations with locals that you typically wouldn't have, all of those things. There was one experience that I had that was very frustrating at the hair shop where a young lady, had quoted us a price to braid our hair, and by the time we finished, the price was completely different, and it was like a US dollar price for our hair. And that was very disappointing because we had to go back and forth with her. And I noticed that that is actually something that's common on the continent in general. That's what, like, you really have to be clear. Like, it's almost as if you need to get a contract written. Like, you understand, I understand, we understand what am I paying for, or what am I ordering? And make sure you understand, they understand, everybody is in agreement about the price of things or what the service is before you sit yourself down in the chair, before you get the food. And, just make sure everyone is on the same page about what's happening. And I noticed that in Ghana as well. Like, just be clear. So I think that was probably like the worst part of the trip to Kenya, that incident with the hair braider. And it was unfortunate because we were very excited to go to that shop specifically. But outside of that, Kenya, Kenya owes me nothing. Okay? Kenya owes me nothing. I will be back. You guys comment below to let me know what's a good time to visit Kenya. Oh my gosh, how did I forget this? Culture, culture, culture. So the song Jambo, Jambo Bwana, Ingari Nani, Mzuri Sana, Wageni, Mani Bishwa, Kenya Yetu, Hakuna Matata. I don't know if I said it right. This is a song from Kenya in the language of Swahili from Africa.
Peaceful country. Welcome to Kenya. Visit to Kenya. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Jambo, jambo, everyone. Yeah, this is a greetings from Kenya. Greetings. Say, yeah, my love for everyone. My name is JFly Andy. Feel free. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe. Click notification bell. Let's go. Feel free and feel love. Call me JFly Andy.